All right, welcome to the 2022 National Doubles and Singles Tournament here in College Station, Texas, presented by Penn. Right now, we are watching a semifinal matchup between our 1 seed, Holly Scott and Kalani Lawrence, and our 5 seed, Lexi York and Michelle De La Rosa. We've switched things up a little bit here, and we've replaced Stuart Solomon with the wonderful coach, Fran Davis. How are you doing, Fran?
Oh, I am doing great. We're just having such great matches today. It's amazing.
We really are. We're going to take a second here and describe maybe what you're seeing different if you're just tuning in for the first time. All of the team qualifying matches here at this tournament are going to be using a modified rally scoring from the IRF. The reason we're doing that is we're preparing our athletes for the international competition. Now, what I mean by modified is that we're doing best 3 out of 5, but instead all games are going to be to 11, win by 2. How do you feel about that format, Fran?
Well, it's quite different. I think it's going to take a while to actually, kind of get used to it. But I think, there's something to be said about having the games go a little bit quicker and keeping the audience and, TV and all of that, which is going to, happen at the World Games, keeping it shorter so that, you keep the audience keep coming back. So it's just very different. None of us have ever played that way. So it's just a matter of mentally preparing, and I think it's great to be doing it. Obviously, the team qualifying so they're ready for the World Games or the World Championships.
Obviously. And, some people say, hey, it changes the game up, but it actually just brings new dynamics to it at the same time. So what we've seen so far is that games to 11 tend to be fast anyways. But once you add in that rally scoring to it, they are now coming at a blistering speed to you. But they have been exciting to watch.
Well, like the last match with, Sudsy and Alex against the Bredenbach brothers, it went 13-11 in the 5th. I mean, that was not 45 minutes. I think one game was 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was an amazing, exciting match to watch. I love win by 2. That is the one thing I really, really like.
I do. Okay, so let's see where we're at here. What do we got? 2 serving 4.
Well, I think, one of the things that you want to look at is, Lexi and Michelle, who's the 5 seed. Mm-hmm. They haven't played very much together, but Holly and Kalani have played, obviously the number 1 seed, but they've played in pro stops together. They've played in some amateur events together. So I think they have a lot more experience playing together. And when you're playing a team dynamic, you really have to know your partner, what they like, what they dislike, what they're good at, communication, all of that. So I think they have a little bit of an edge because of the experience they've had playing together. You're
absolutely right. And not just playing together, they've been playing incredibly well together. They're taking, the top teams and they're pushing them and they're taking games from them. So you're absolutely right. The experience may be the difference between these 2 teams here today.
Yeah, and playing together. So Kalani and Holly have played, Paola and Samantha in 2 tournaments. And again, they push them. They're the top, teams in the world. And they're getting a chance not only to play the top team, but to play the top team together, which I think gives them the edge over Michelle and Lexi.
Okay, we're at 4 serving 5. Michelle looks like she's going to stay down for a drive serve.
Katie Niels and Kelly Mortensen in tournament desk.
It's a good Z serve. I mean, it did stay out a little bit off the back wall, so she was able to get her racket on it. But because she was kind of fading away from it, she didn't get as much onto it as she wanted. She left it a little short there.
Yeah, but she should have gone to the ceiling. When you jam, when you're off balance, you go to the ceiling, you save the ball, and you keep it in play. You don't want to skip it. Look, now that's great teamwork. She knew that Kalani was not going to make that shot, and Holly came and covered for her. Excellent.
Yeah, good shift, knowing where each other's going to be and having confidence that your partner's going to cover where you just vacated.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what a great dive save by Holly.
Incredible get. Oh, quick hands from Kalani up front there. We're going to get a side out. And I know you were recommending for her to go into the back wall back here. Do you find that sometimes the players at this level don't like to take that advice from you?
No, not to go to the back wall, to go to the ceiling.
I'm sorry, to go to the ceiling because they feel they want to be aggressive a lot?
Well, you want to be aggressive but smart. If you're going to go aggressive like she did and skip it, it's not smart. It's kind of like a lob in tennis. When you're off balance or, you go with a lob to save the shot, that's what a ceiling ball does. A ceiling ball saves the shot, keeps it in play, instead of what she did was give them a point. You don't want to do that. Especially, if it's early in the game, it's not going to cost you. But if it's late in the game, especially with Rowley scoring, it could cost you not only a game or maybe the match.
You're absolutely right. And, I know you've been watching a lot of these today, and I don't have any specific data to go along with this, but Stuart and I have been trying to keep track. One of the worries people had is that if one team got a big lead, that they could just kind of side out and get to the end of the match. It seems to us, though, that teams that are getting a big lead, the other team is still able to put a lot of points on the board and get back into it, even with the rally scoring element. I don't know if you noticed that too. It's not like people were getting big blowouts and no one was able to make any comebacks.
Yeah, I think it just it depends on how big that lead is. If it's 7-2 or 9-3, it is hard to climb out of that. But then you would have to not let your opponents score a point. I mean, that's not easy to do at the level they're playing.
Yeah, it is very complicated. And it has added a new twist to it, so we have been seeing a lot of different things here. It's been fun. One of the other things that we've also noticed is, and again, I don't have specific numbers on it, is how many times the person that's not serving ends up winning the game. That's the game point for them or the match point for them, and it happened pretty regularly throughout what we've seen so far this weekend.
That's the one thing I don't like it. I know even in tennis you could not be serving and you have the ad and then you score the next point, you win. I don't like that, that you could win a point or win a game or a match on a skip ball, that, from the other team, and you're not
when you
serving.
weren't serving,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the only element that I'm not thrilled about, because I think you should have to earn that point by being in the service box.
Okay.
So 8-6.
8-6, yeah. Like I said, you blink, these games go fast.
No, it is. It's good.
I just love how Kalani and Holly play together, because they really move like one. And, I think you'll see that with Rocky and Charlie, who are coming up next, because they've played together. They're the defending champions and won 3 years ago. So they've played a lot together, just like these ladies have. But some of the players, and of course the Bredenbach brothers, they play together all the time. But if two people have not played together and they're really not in 100% sync, it could cost them in critical situations.
Yeah. And you see that sometimes at a lot of the lower levels when we watch people play. Is they'll switch momentarily or not even switch. One player will go over into the other person's kind of area to get a ball. So the other player didn't switch, and that other player doesn't switch back. And so now you're stuck with both of them on the same side, instead of that kind of teamwork that you were just describing that you see from Kalani, and Holly.
Yeah, I find doubles is a dance. And if you know how to dance together, it's going to look really beautiful out there.
That was an incredible shot.
Yeah, it was.
I agree with you completely. I like to say that also, that especially if you have two teams that do it. So if both teams are moving well, it's this great ebb and flow through the entire rally as everyone is moving around each other to clear for the shots, and you're just getting a great rally. So I agree with you completely.
Like, I think, Sudsy and Alex, as well as the Bredenbach brothers, they both played with with their partners for a very long time. So there was a lot of beautiful movement out there. And it really makes for a great game, which obviously was a 13-11 breaker.
And to your point, I mean, as aggressive as all of them are playing and as offensively every shot is that they're coming off, it was late in the game 5 before we even got someone really got hit with the ball, and that was kind of, Landa wasn't able to get out of the way enough for him, and it wasn't like an intentional super aggressive hit, but still, you might have expected that to happen a lot more just based on the style of play they did, but because they're all professionals and they all move out of the way well, we didn't get that a lot.
Court's tournament has Charles Cole.
I think, with Michelle and Lexi, both of them have doubles experience. They just don't have doubles experience really together.
Yeah.
Michelle's one of the, best doubles players out there, indoor and outdoor. And Lexi has a lot of experience playing doubles as a junior, as well as coming up. Her boyfriend is Sam Bredenbach, and they play out east in a lot of the men's events together. So she has a lot of experience in doubles as well, but not together. That's the difference.
And Michelle, watching her play so far this week, and especially in the mixed, she was incredibly aggressive in all of her mixed. She was on fire putting the ball down. So it was interesting. As long as it's kind of I brought that up. How do you feel about the mixed? Are you enjoying seeing the mixed play?
Yeah,
I am
girls
too.
rule.
I think it was a good addition. It's a lot of fun to watch because
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, and that's that's game one. So
Well, that was a beautiful shot because Michelle was right on the wall, and Holly recognized it and jammed the ball right at her. Perfect doubles strategy and shot that you want to have when you have somebody stuck on the wall. Just like in Landa's match, he was on the wall and he couldn't get out of the way, and a penalty handle was called.
Yeah, he's a smart racquetball. So that was game one. I think we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we'll be back for game two. All right, we're back here for game two. After seeing Holly Scott and Kalani Lawrence come out and take game one, 12-10. Kalani with a setup off the back wall there. It kind of kicked into the side wall out for York to try to get it. Got into her body too quickly, and she ended up skipping that ball.
Great jam serve. And a jam serve is one that hits front wall, side wall, wraps around, and comes right and literally jams you. And Lexi handled it quite well. Number one serve in doubles.
Yeah, because the partner on that side is debating quickly whether or not they should cut it off or let it come around for their partner. And obviously, the smart shot a lot of time is letting it go for your partner because they're set up for it. It's coming across for them.
So Michelle actually hit Lexi, so therefore it was a point for Kalani and Holly. Great serve. That was a drive nick serve that Michelle hit. And it cracked out, and Holly skipped it. Great serve. Another beautiful serve.
Yeah,
shot.
That went their way. That serve actually kicked out, and you have to be careful with that, right? Because you have to clear out of the way, and it gives your opponent a straight shot with a lot of open court down there. Mm-hmm. Luckily, Michelle wasn't punished too bad for it, that she was able to get back in that rally and win it.
Great ceiling ball. That was a great shot by Kalani. A little bit higher, hit, jammed right off the side wall, came right in at Michelle's body. She could not handle it. Excellent, excellent shot. Another great double shot is a wide angle pass So when they hold their hand up, that means they're appealing. Correct?
Yes, and because we are doing kind of a hybrid thing here, the IRF rule, or how they do their appeals, is they want you to stop immediately, right? So it's not like we've kind of been conditioned to play where you hold up your hand and you keep playing through, and then eventually you kind of have a discussion with the ref or you make an appeal, if something happened. They want you to stop immediately whenever what you think was the offending thing occurred.
Yeah. Lexi should have hit that ball before the side wall. Unforced error.
Bill Adams, David Weisler to the tournament desk. Bill Adams and David Weisler to the tournament desk.
She covered a lot of ground to get there to try to get her racket to it, but she wasn't able to get it underneath that enough. Good try from Michelle, though.
So it's 5-3. They really got to get some work done. Otherwise, they're going to be going down 2-1. I mean, 2-0, actually.
Yeah, and just because the Bredenbeck brothers made it look easy, you don't want to be in that position. You don't want to have
Well,
to work that hard.
I don't know if they made it look easy.
You're right, that's fair. They did work their butt off to get there. They worked hard, but
they were down match point, and Sudsy and Alex were up 2-1 with, serving at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So they really had to earn that.
Yeah, I mean, the game itself.
Beautiful shot by Michelle.
It really was. Up by her head. She brought that down. A lot of power, a lot of pace.
Wide angle pass.
Yeah, good
Kicks
ball.
off the side wall. Bounces twice before the back. Excellent, excellent shot in doubles.
Adams Weiser. Please report to court 6, please. Adams
Great
Weiser.
crack serve by Holly.
It's 7-4.
That's a push.
Yeah, those are the ones you really start to think about, right? Because you were set up. It was coming well off the back wall. It was like she planted her feet too early and waited on the ball instead of following it forward.
Yep. I call that camping out.
Short serve from Lexi.
Nice return by Kalani. Beautiful shot by Holly.
And both of those times, she didn't camp like she did the one before. She adjusted. She went back and got it, both on her backhand and her forehand and during that rally. So we're at 5-8.
Look how Holly's covering for her. Excellent.
What a great shot.
Wow.
A lot of great movement from all the athletes there. Like you said, Holly was back here covering everything. She got on the ground once. Michelle, quick footwork to get around there and not get tangled up as she was spinning to get that ball coming off the back wall. It's a 6-8. Another great rally.
The power, I'm sure, because when I watch it, I'm not physically present at a tournament and I'm watching it on the computer and it's streamed. You can't really get a sense of how hard these gals are hitting it. It's just pretty amazing.
I try to encourage people whenever we're winning racquetball. I was like, you have to go see these high-level players play. As much as I love the streaming and we get involved when we do this, there's something about the camera that almost makes the court look smaller than it really is, and you don't realize how much court they're covering and how athletic some of their shots are. And to your credit, how much power they're generating, especially from sitting down in the angle we are. We get to see that ball when it's moving left to right sometimes because they're putting so much power on it. You're 100% right. These ladies are killing this ball. 9-7.
So again, it was like 8-5, and now it's 9-7. This is pivotal. Wow.
Great shot.
That's the first emotion I saw coming out of Lexi. She said, "Let's go." When she killed her. That's what they need. They need to get pumped up. They need to be psyched up, and they need to be ready to, to put that pressure and play aggressive.
Short serve. Getting an appeal.
Oh, both agreed.
Both agreed. Second serve.
It's close. I love how aggressive Kalani is. She hits that Z serve before the side wall. Just a replay. I thought that was a good call by Mauricio,
Yeah,
who is the referee.
our favorite ref here. He's been reffing them all for us. He does a great job.
Yeah.
No nonsense. He always takes a minute to make sure to review in his head.
Yeah,
before
he
makes
got
a
beat
call.
up on that last game, though.
He did, but he stood his ground.
He
Good
did.
guy.
He did. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Another short serve there.
It's a tough position to be in.
Yeah, to your point about the emotion, right? Sometimes we'll see players that don't want to be over emotional, so right, they excessively calm themselves thinking, I got lots of time to be in this match, but then they kit themselves out of the match because they can't kind of amp up that emotion when they need to. So you're right, it is nice to see the appropriate amount of emotion at the right time to get them into this match.
So that was a safety hinder. I think Holly thinks it's a penalty hinder, which means on a backswing, so she's appealing it. Both agree it was just a replay hinder and more of a safety hinder. 7-9 still. And then on the next match coming up is my guys, Rocky Carson and Charlie Pratt. They're going to be playing Adam Mania and Bobby Horn. That's going to, I think, wrap up the night, correct?
Yes.
After you've been here for 14 hours or so?
We have. It's been another incredibly long day. I was trying to look at the schedule there, but yeah, it's been great racquetball all these days that we've been streaming, so I just love watching the matches.
Too many mistakes.
Yep. And that'll be game 2.
The biggest thing that you want to do, like as a coach, I try to tell my students, you're going to make mistakes, but you just have to minimize the amount of mistakes that you make, and at critical times like that. Game point, do you need to go for a rollout? Maybe you go for a wide angle pass where you kick it off the wall, and it's still an aggressive shot, but higher percentage, and it's not as costly because there she skips it. Not only is it, could be a side out, or it's a point with rally scoring, so you cannot afford to do that. So the more you can minimize the amount of unforced errors you make, the greater the chance that you have of, winning, a game and or, the match.
And right, that's cumulative, like you were talking about. So if you minimize yours, make 2, 3 fewer, but then you also cause just 1 or 2 more on your opponent, a forced error in that case, next thing you know, you have a 4 or 5 point spread because of the rally scoring. So yes, it does help. You don't need to be perfect in everything. You just have to minimize yours and kind of maximize theirs. And that's a really good strategy to bring into the game.
Yeah, take advantage of opportunities. Like when you do create, a weak return, whether it be on a serve or during a rally, then, that's the time where you want to shoot it and go offensive, because you've created that, higher percentage setup. But if you're lunging and off balance, and, that's the time where you go to the ceiling, reset the rally, and get back into play.
All right, so we're getting ready to start game 3 here, 0 serving 0. The team of Holly Scott and Kalani Lawrence are up 2 games to 0 in this best of 5.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, friend.
My pleasure.
Hold on. Foot. Thank you. And eyes on it.
Tony, that looked like it was fun, chatting it up with Coach Fran Davis.
Yeah, it's always. Anytime you get a chance to talk to someone like that and get to kind of pick their brain and let them watch the match and let them talk, it's exciting.
So I was right here keeping track of the score, for good or for bad, but I was keeping track. Now I've lost track, switching seats. So I think we're at 1-0. We just got a 1 in the air.
Yeah, we do have a 1.
Lexi in the ceiling with this ball. It's going to be a change of pace going from Coach Fran to me.
Lots of good information there, right? She wanted to kind of give insight, like I said, in how she watches these matches and how she watches her players. So, yes.
So we got Kalani in the box, 2 serving 0. Lexi coming down the right side. Kalani goes cross court, wraps around. Lexi tries to get to it. Michelle into the front right corner. Kalani not going to catch up to that ball.
She was almost there, just a fraction of a second faster, and she would have been able to get her racket underneath that one.
Scott into the box now, 2 serving 1. Serve is long, will bring up second. Oh. Kalani cringing after that one.
Yeah, that was a big. She had already committed to getting into it and cutting it off, but it was way overhead, I think a little higher than she was expecting.
All right, the score is all tied up at 3 apiece here.
Yeah, Michelle and Lexi, trying to get into this. They are down 2-0, so they're going to need to get some points here, get a game, see if they can switch some of the momentum towards them.
Michelle with a slap Z to the left side. Scott to the ceiling. Michelle off the back. Lexi trying the right side. Kalani over there to get it. Oh, just misses that one. Michelle's going to step into the box, 4 serving 3. Drive down the left-hand side. Scott fights it off. Michelle into the ceiling. Holly now from the back right. Oh, just skips it in.
Super aggressive on that shot. Going for that pinch in the front right corner there as that ball was still over her shoulder back here at the back wall.
Michelle in the box, 5 serving 3 now. Ace serve from Michelle. Takes us to 6 serving 3 in this best of 5 to 11 win by 2. Oh, crack ace there.
With the fist pump and the yell too. Got a timeout?
Timeout is called. And with that timeout, I just want to take some time to thank Racquetball Vibes for sponsoring this stream. Racquetball Vibes. Connect and grow the sport with positive racquetball vibes on Facebook. Keep playing, keep inspiring. And you know what? We'll also say thank you to onewallball.com for sponsoring this stream. Onewallball.com, providing online, indoor, outdoor racquetball apparel for racquetball enthusiasts. Go check out onewallball.com today. Time is in. Michelle's in the box. 7 serving 3. Michelle going for another crack. Does not get that crack ace. Oh, swing and a miss from Kalani.
Didn't seem to be moving very fast towards her. Yet she just kind of mistimed it as it bounced right at her feet.
Michelle steps in at 8 serving 3 now. This wraps around. Holly takes a swing at it with her forehand. Michelle goes to the right side. Kalani fights it off. Kalani from the back right. Michelle cuts this one off. Oh, into the ground it goes.
Big swing, but immediately skipped off her racket.
Kalani in the box now, 4 serving 8s. Drive. Jam, wrap, drap.
I know you love those.
Ram?
Yeah.
Kalani in the box, 5 serving 8 now. This one goes long. Lexi ready to take that with her backhand. All right, Kalani in the box now, 6 serving 8. Oh, here's a big setup for Kalani in the front. Michelle reads it. It's right there. Kalani fights that one off. Back wall setup for Michelle. Oh, both Michelle and Lexi go after it. Michelle takes over. Is able to put that ball away on the left-hand side. Holly Scott steps into the box. 6 serving 9. Drive serve over to Lexi on the right side. Lexi goes and covers the front court. Michelle from the back. Everybody jumping up front. Holly tries to put this ball away. Both Michelle and Lexi going after it again. Michelle into the ceiling. Kalani into the ceiling. Michelle into the ceiling. Holly into the front wall. Lexi says, I'll get this one. Kalani diving over to get that one. Lexi goes cross. Kalani with a flick to the ceiling. Michelle rips it into the front left corner with a massive fist bump afterwards. Lexi in the box with the first game point opportunity here, 10 serving 6.
How'd that go?
Drive down the right side. Kalani fights this off. Michelle tries behind the back. Does not connect. Another game point opportunity here with Michelle stepping in the box, 10 serving 7. Drives you to the left. Holly steps in. Kalani with the fist bump before there was a tap on the door. She wasn't sure if it was truly a good fist bump or not.
Lexi stood up, ready to congratulate the opponents as she thought she had won that game.
Another game point opportunity here for Michelle and Lexi with Kalani in the box, 8 serving 10. Lob Z in this time. Lexi steps up, puts it into the ceiling. Holly from the left side tries to put it away. That'll do it for game 3. Michelle and Lexi take it 11-8. Players will take a break, so we will be right back for some more exciting racquetball action here in College Station. right, here we go with some game 4 action. Oh, that was almost a cracked serve. Michelle able to get a racket on it.
Instead, it's a side out.
And a point.
And a point.
Lexi in the box here, 1 serving 0. Lexi with a hand up. Lexi in the ceiling now. Holly from the back is going to stay in the ceiling on the right side. Lexi's going to go back to the ceiling on the left side. Holly with the backhand to the ceiling. Nice little ceiling rally going here. Oh, this is going to be a back wall setup for Holly. Oh, Michelle tries to cut that. Gets it in the ground. It's all tied up. 1 apiece.
Yeah, staying aggressive. She definitely wanted that. Didn't want to get pinned here at the back wall, trying to do something as that ball was probably going to die back here.
Lexi wanted to pull that racket back and take that one again.
She did.
Kalani in the box, 2 serving 1. Little lob Z to the right here. Lexi sets up. Tries to bring it down the right-hand side. Kalani catches up to that one.
3-1.
Holly felt like she was being left hanging.
She's like, what are you doing here? Thought we were a team.
Holly in the front court. Gets by Lexi, but Michelle covers. Oh, can't get it to the front court.
Yeah, that was going to be a long way to get to the front wall. She's hitting it into 3 walls there.
Kalani in the box now, 4 serving 1. Lob Z goes to the right side. Lexi into the back glass. Holly's going to cut this off. Buries it.
With the fist pump.
Timeout is called. And with that timeout, we'll just take a minute here to thank Team Dovetail for sponsoring this stream. Team Dovetail, inspiring individual success through accountability, coaching, and financial support. Team Dovetail, stronger together. All right, time is in, and Kalani's in the box, 5 serving 1. Sets up for another lob Z here. Here it is. Lexi into the ceiling with it on the left side. Holly's going to set up her back wall setup. Comes cross court. Lexi goes for that corner. Unsuccessful. It's now 6 serving 1. Another lob here. Lexi goes to cut it off. Skip called. Appeal. 2 downs. Nope. Hand out. Hand out. Hand out. I mean, not sure that line judge on the right side is going to be able to see the encroachment. But here we are, 6 serving 2. Second server.
Yeah, I think we all got it all worked out there eventually.
This one wraps around. Michelle tracks it down. Kalani gets to that one. Lexi right into that left corner. Kalani not able to catch up to that one. Lexi in the box now, 3 serving 6. Lexi trying to catch Holly sleeping in the left side. Comes up short, brings up second. Lob to the right. Kalani cuts it off. Shaw off the back.
At the point.
Lexi in the box now, 4 serving 6. Drive Z. Kalani gets it before the side wall. Michelle tries to fight it off.
It didn't bounce weird. She just kind of hit it weird over there.
So Michelle steps in the box, 7 serving 4. Drive wraps around. Kalani takes it with her backhand. Michelle sends it around the room. Holly brings it out left side. Michelle not able to catch up to that one.
8-4.
Kalani in the box now, 8 serving 4. Lob Z to the right. Lexi steps in to cut this off. Scott with the put away. This one wraps around. Holly off the back wall. Sets up Kalani in the front courts. Skips it in. It's now 9 serving 5. Second serve here. Oh, unforced error from Michelle. And we've got a match point opportunity here, 10 serving 5. Oh!
Yeah, that ball jumped out on her, and Lexi tried to swing at it really far in front of her, which meant she was hitting it directly left. She caught Holly with that ball.
Goes back to Lexi. Lexi makes the front wall with that one. Michelle steps in the box here, 6 serving 10. Drive to left side is short. That'll bring up second serve. Half lob to the left. Holly to the ceiling. Lexi from the right, going to the ceiling. Holly gonna bring this one down. And that'll do it. Holly Scott and Kalani Lawrence move on to the finals, taking this match 12-10, 11-8, 8-11, 11-6. Did I get it right that time, Tony?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
Some more exciting racquetball action just around the corner. Stay tuned. We have one more match. We've got Charlie Pratt, Rocky Carson taking on Bobby Horn and Adam Mania. We'll see you back in the box.